Okay, let's dive back into some of these second-person shadows. What kind of reactivity might we see if we're getting triggered? And the younger part of us, which was, in that developmental age around 5 or 6 up to kind of 10, 11, 12, if one of those parts is getting triggered by different situations. Well, the kind of situations that would trigger it are really ones where we don't feel like we belong. That's a key one. If we're feeling excluded and we don't belong. Notice that in yourself. Times when you might feel like you're not included or you don't belong. Another one here is if we feel like we're getting it wrong. We've not figured out the right way to do it, and someone's now criticizing us and we feel like we got it wrong. Another clear one here. And then we can kind of drop into reactivity, and reactivity doesn't need to be outward, it can be very inward. And the reactive patterns at this second person can be a lot more around guilt and shame and kind of going inwards, feeling unloved and like I don't belong. What you then do about that is different from person to person. But that's normally the shadow, is an unloved part, a part that isn't part of the tribe. And again, maybe that was your experience at that age. I was bullied quite badly at that age, and I was excluded from the tribe for a while. So I can see I've got those reactive tendencies in me. If I'm in similar situations in the workplace, and I feel I'm not being included, part of me then wants to be included. So again, it can be a very sort of inner reactive tendency to go inside, that's still reactive, or it can also be going out to try and be included. So shadows here can be those younger parts coming out and almost pushing their way in to be included. Could be that you end up talking more than you need because you weren't feeling like your perspective was valued, so you had to insert yourself more fully than you needed to. Again, just notice in yourself where these things might have happened in your life, where these things might be showing up. So some of the reactive tendencies can be, always trying to be good, being quite righteously good, telling everyone else how they should do it, because your way is the right way and you can see your way is the right way. You can sometimes get really protective of others in the team. Maybe you see others are being excluded. So that your reactive tendency is about protecting others and bringing them into the fold. Another shadow that can come out of this age, or this developmental sequence in this age. Can also be the final one is judging others as incompetent. Again, others don't know the right way to do things. I do. That can be another shadow that comes out of this age. So try and look for all of these. Notice them. Again, first step is awareness and owning up to the fact that you have these potentials in your being, that you do react in this way sometimes. You do show up like this. And then afterwards go, why did I do that again? But again, once you can own this level of development, you can own the part of you that does know the right way to do things, you can feel really empowered in a way that's very in integrity. So that's really the gift of this level of development, when you can really integrate it and feel like you've fully embodied it, then you have conviction to do the right thing. And my God, we need more people in this world that feel the conviction to do the right thing, not the righteousness to tell everyone else to do the right thing. That's the difference between the shadow and the integrated part. Here we also, when integrate this, we have the ability to challenge the systems and the structures that we know might be outdated, because we're not trying to fit in anymore. So we can actually challenge the systems in a new way, because these parts are more integrated in ourselves. We feel an incredible sense of belonging. We don't feel like we don't belong anymore. We feel like we do belong. We know we belong. And we don't have to prove it to anyone, because these parts have been healthily integrated. And we also get a greater sense of love here. Love is born of this second person perspective ability. We start to see humanity with fresh eyes. We start to see the pain and the beauty of the world in new ways, as we really start to own this part of ourselves.